first of all, I know the last couple of games have been a bit frustrating and a bit annoying, haven't you? Just give us a bit of an insight into what you and your staff have been doing over the last couple of games to try and punch through that little bit of frustration and get yourself back on track.
Just having a consistency about our work, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's been going on for a long period of time. Yes, it was a frustrating evening the other night for different reasons, but we put that to bed and we move on.
When you come at it as a manager, and you've been in this game long enough now to know what you need to do, what players need at this time, just tell us a bit about what the squad needs at this point. Does it need the kick up the backside with a friendly arm around the shoulder? What does it need?
Not at all. Calm heads, really, to be honest with you. Calm heads and know where we're trying to head. I think we are a fair distance away from being a top 8 team in this division. I think we have a lot of work to do to try and get into those areas. I think we've been competitive, and I think when we've had some really positive results against some of the Plymouth and Derby away stick out to mind. But we've got a lot of work to do as a football club and as a football squad to try and compete in the top end of this division. And what you do, you learn along the way, and you have an understanding of where we need to be going to and how we're going to get there. So structuring all of that in place to hopefully one day being able to compete at the top end of this table.
For a team that's been promoted like you've been before with Bristol Rovers, is it a matter of that steady process rather than A, chucking money at it, or B, panicking when things don't go your way?
Well, it's about doing it right. Definitely, we have to do that and make sure that every pound we spend's on the right thing, and keep trying to consistently improve. And periods like this frustrating period that we're having now are part and parcel of that. So, but hopefully with 1 or 2 players coming back, getting some training minutes, getting some match minutes, we're going to be a lot more competitive with the teams. We'll be able to pick at times, get 1 or 2 of our big players back, which is going to be a massive plus. But still realising we have a lot of work to do to try and reach the top limits of this division.
Probably won't thank me for this, but I was looking up the last time you went this long without winning a game, and it was when you first took over.
Yeah.
And a lot's changed since then. So, is that a sign of progress that it's taken more or less 2 years to get to another patch like this?
I'd certainly take not winning in 5 in League One, that's for sure. We've come such a long way, and myself as a manager, I've had runs like this, winning runs, but I stick consistently with my work, with my staff. We always reset every game we go into. I think certainly a few of those performances, the Derby springs to mind. Very frustrating period last on Tuesday night, which we certainly deserved to win the game. So there's always 1 or 2 things that come into the mix while we haven't particularly got the results that we'd have liked. But we're a confident group. I have confidence in the work that we do to try and get the next win around the corner.
You talked about players coming back. Is it as simple as just getting them back? Particularly with new players like Matty Taylor, have you got to give them a bit of time to gel with the rest of the squad?
Yeah, listen, we'll see how things develop. Sometimes players can come into an environment and gel straight away. Like Matty Taylor's a very experienced player at the level, so it won't take him a lot of time to fit in, no doubt. Ellis is getting more training minutes under his belt now, which is a real positive sign. Jamie Proctor's started his first game the other day. James Wilson's a couple of weeks away, so all of a sudden our front line, hopefully in the next few days, next week or 2, is going to look a lot stronger with better options as well on the bench.
How frustrating are those injuries? Because you had it last year, didn't you? When you had no centre forward for a bit. To have it this year again, that must be frustrating for you.
It is, but you get on with it. We can't use that as an excuse. We just have to perform better in the final third, finish our chances. Players have had 1 or 2 opportunities that they haven't quite taken yet, but when they do get another opportunity to take that, because we certainly haven't scored enough goals this season. That's been a problem for us over a period of time, but we have created a lot of chances, so we just keep working away and hopefully performing a lot better at the top end.
Is it as simple as just not having a centre forward at that stage then, or is that just the build?
Obviously it helps.
Yeah.
Obviously it helps when you got 3 experienced players of Matty Taylor, Ellis Harrison, and James Wilson, so that all know where the back of the net is. So obviously, when you work in the levels we work, you can't have 10 centre forwards on your books. So we're pleased with our forward line on paper, and hopefully those boys come and hit form as quickly as possible.
Darrell, have you had an explanation about the disallowed goal the other night, or did you just sort of forget it and move on?
Yeah, no, I think Mike Jones spoke to Colin about that, so and holding their hands up. So we just get on with it, make mistakes. I think he just needed to give himself more time to react, and the easiest thing to do in that situation is to give us the goal, isn't it? And they stay on 11 men. John Coleman was saying after the game, the last thing he needed was another centre half getting suspended as well. But listen, we can't cry over spilt milk, shall we say, and we just got to get on with it. We take the point and we look forward to Shrewsbury tomorrow.
I know you said before, and you sort of hinted at with Phil that if you feel there's a consistency about performances, then results will come. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, but I'm comfortable with it, to be honest with you. I'm comfortable with it. Like, listen, I want to win every week. We want to do that as a group. There's a lot of frustration in the change rooms, which is a good sign. But we've come such a long way, and like I said, I still think there's a hell of a long way to go to become a top 8, top 10 team in this division. I think the gulf between that is very, very big with the size of some of the football clubs in there. But I believe we can do it. I believe we can do it eventually as a football club, and keep structuring it the right way to hopefully be one day challenging.
What does it need to get up to that top 8?
Some of your money out, Baggy. Get some money out your back pocket, you and Phil. Whip round. No, I think there's different ways you can sort of do it, but we need 10,000 fans, first and foremost, because the majority of teams that get promoted out of this division have an average of 10,000 above. That's history will tell you that, but there has been 1 or 2 opportunities where other clubs have, Burton had a dip. But we don't want to dip our toe in, if that makes sense. We want to keep climbing, so we want to keep building our fan base. Our fans have been tremendous. The support it's been outstanding since I've been at the football club. The owners are outstanding to work for. So everything's trying to build in the right direction, and we have to not get frustrated with the project that we're trying to work and trying to achieve when we have bad runs, and just keep confident in the work that we're trying to do.
I know you're missing players up front, but talking about your midfield, how pleased are you with your options there now, with Tom Collin coming back, Funzo back?
Yeah, no, good options. Petty as well, so Ben Garrity, so good options in the middle of the park with those 4 players being fit. And like I said, we need our number 9s back and fit and firing, and that takes a bit of time once they get the training minutes up. So hopefully, like I said, we'll be in a better place in the not too distant future.
And last one for me, what do you expect from Shrewsbury? You're on a decent run.
Yeah, 1-5 on the spin. I think it's this division. I think it's very the competitiveness, get my words out right, of the division shows that you can go on winning runs and losing runs. So they're on that high 5 wins on the spin after I think it was 3 defeats on the spin. So, but we played them a couple of times this season, performed very well, and we're looking for a similar performance against them.